Shalom, shalom, y'all shalom. I'll start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rahakadash, Petty Hubitons, creating names of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and shalom to you, sister brothers, ladies, truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. Now, this lesson right here is sparked by our last camp. Because at our last camp, we had what I feel is a sister brother at the end. He showed up, he checked this out, he listened, and he talked to us. He coming into the truth, checking the camps out and all of that. And as we talked, he said one of the things that's hard for him to understand is that he don't understand how the Latinos and the Native Americans fit in with Israel. He thinks this is all, so-called Negroes, only, dark-skinned people in Israel. And which, when you're young in the truth, I've thought that too at first. When you're young in the truth, you think that. But as you read the word and do your studying and look into your history, especially like what happened to the Native Americans, what happened to the Hispanics, you start to see that they are Israel. They went through the same thing we did. They went through captivity. They got conquered by Esau. They got spread around. And Esau doesn't like them to this day. As you see here, I got the elder page pulled up, and he has a sign that was in 1929 says no dogs, Negroes, or Mexicans. I notice Esau doesn't like Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. He don't like Native Americans either. He don't like those. And I come to find out that's because those are some of the members of Israel, some of the scattered tribes. We got 12 tribes of Israel. They're not just all dark-skinned. We're like the color of the earth, all the way from a sandy yellow, all the way to a dark brown. 12 tribes. 12 tribes came out of 4 women. And we're going to start off, we're going to go get that to show you that. So everybody's not going to look exactly the same. Plus, you got to think of all the years and years of mixing with heathen women. And you're not going to get somebody that's real, real dark or just got that real coarse hair or woolly hair. You might get some jakes that got the straight hair, some jakes that's yellow, some jakes that's brown. So let's go get that. Let's start off with that. Let's go to the scriptures. Let's go to Genesis 35 and 23. And see, that also sparked me to make a whole new playlist. I have a new playlist. Let me go to that before I start. Where I'm at now, I got a whole new playlist. Go to the page, Scattered Tribes. And I got some, the elder who showed that. I got a dude that go around town finding, the lost tribes. See the black Cambodians, which, they ain't black, with Brazil. Look, she look just like a chick over here. That's a Brazilian. Like, come on, man. Argentina. He in Haiti. Look, they go to, what's that, Acapulco slave trade? Where the northern tribe went on. They got did just like we did. Look, Hebrew rock carvings found in Colorado. That's showing you right there, like, these are the same people, see? I got the Incans, all kind of good little stuff to show you that, especially this lesson right here, the 12 tribes of Israel by Yashara L.A. Watch that, Yashara. That's a very good one. He shows you. It's going to be better than what I can do, but he shows you in that lesson what Esau did when he got here to the North Americans, because was people already here. Our people already knew about North America. When King Solomon was ruling, we already had conquered and sailed all the way across the world. That's why Esau knew everything. He learned that from us, because we already had conquered everything during King Solomon's run. So I'm going to show that's the new section I got on my playlist to show the scattered tribes to, give further edification and show you that, we the most newest people on the earth. We've been spread all over the earth. We everywhere. So let's start off first things, go back to the scriptures. What I was going to do. We're going to go to Genesis 35 and 23. This is going to read off, starting at verse 23, the sons of Jacob. which is name changed into Israel, our forefather. And check it out. This is the sons of Leia, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. So Leah had 6 children. There's 6 right there. This just came out of her. He also had another wife named Rachel, because he worked 14 years with 2 wives. And Rachel had Joseph and Benjamin. So where we at now? We up to what, 8? 6 plus 2, we up to 8. So check it out. Not only did he get those 2 women as wives, they both came with handmaids. And he went into them 2, and they became wives. And check it out. It's the sons of Bilhah, if I'm saying that right. Rachel's handmaid came Dan and Naphtali. So what, were we up to what? We up to 10 now? So check it out. And then it said, and the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob. So you got 12 flavors right there. 12 flavors. Came out of 4 women. So everybody ain't gonna just look exactly the same. You already got 4 women right there. But they all Israelites because they all came out of the loins of who? They came out of Jacob. Our forefather Israel. The blessing hit him. When it said that we be numerous and we the birthright and we be fruitful, multiply, man, it started right there with Jacob. Right there. Them 12 gates right there. And that's why we use that 12 tribes chart. Because we still here to this day. And then Dan and Joseph got replaced with Manasseh and Ephraim, 2 of Joseph's sons, because Joseph was promised to get a double portion, which I might go get that later on today for edification's sake. But I want to stick on the point to show that there are 12 tribes right there, and all of them had went through persecution from Esau, from his the Spaniard, the conquistadors. They conquered the Latino tribes. That's why they speak Spanish and all of that. And then you got your British and your other European Edomites who conquered the southern tribes, the so-called Negroes, and conquered some of the northern tribes, the Gad and Reuben, the Native Americans. And see, the northern tribe, they came to America together. The Hispanics, the Latinos, and the North American tribes, they was here together. So when Esau came over to North America, he found both of those 2 groups of people. Straight up. And then, I'm going to prove that, too. Let's go get this map real quick. Okay, we're going to get to that later. Let's get to this map real quick since I say that. And this is the oldest map I could probably find, too, because I seen one long ago, but I think they done scrubbed it off for her. That showed in better detail. Because you see Mexico right there is most of California, New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, because those are Mexican names. They had that first. Esau came on the East Coast, and then he moved west. And then you got the Native Americans that was all in here. So Esau started them 13 colonies over there in the cold area on the East Coast, and he expanded westward. That's why I say right there, manifest destiny, westward expansion. And as he conquered and went through, he kicked the Hispanic, Latino tribes, he kicked them southern into Mexico that we see today. He knocked them down there. And then he just went ahead and just chewed up on the North American tribe because they started fighting back. You got the Comanche Indians, Apache Indians, they were fighting back. So Esau went ahead and just, killed the buffalo to take away the food source, killed them. As you watch that one brother's lesson, they was feeding them to their dogs. Christopher Columbus couldn't put his sword down for 1 hour. He got a kick out of slaying Native Americans. So Esau just went on he tried to genocide them, but you can't genocide Jake. And I found out, like most you see them $5 Indians, those fake Native Americans that's really Edomites. But when you go to places like Tahlequah, Sequoia, the small towns in Oklahoma, you see brown-skinned real Native Americans like we still here. They just pushed us to these little bitty reservations, what they call a tribal land, and they'll give them a little house or something, like a hood, basically. Relocated them is what they did. And when like I said, I went to NSU for 2 years. You go to Tahlequah, you will see real Native Americans. I'm talking about the same color as me or darker. I got to see that. And I before I thought I had seen a real native until I went to that school. Then I was like, oh, here go the real natives. This is where they at. So back to the point I want to make. That's why we got the 12 tribes chart. Shows right there. Got your, the Ephraim, Puerto Ricans. What I want to talk about? Gad which says your North American Indians and Seminole, which is like your Florida, your Southern Native Americans, Gad and Reuben, and so you got the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. The Southern Kingdom consisted of Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. Those three, and the other ones made the other 10, and they split. That's why Judah and Ephraim, they didn't get along back then. They was banging even when we was in the kingdom. So I know a lot of Jake tell me like, man, them Hispanics don't like us, them essays don't like us, and I'm like, that's the curses, man. It been like that since way back we was in the kingdom. So, but see, me personally, like them Vatos, them hardcore Hispanics, they don't like Edomites. I get along with those. I don't get along with those cooned out, Trump-loving Mexicans. I don't get along with them. I also get along with them natives, them real authentic natives. I get along with them, but the ones that's been, whitewashed, them $5 Indians, I don't get along with those. So the spirit will really let you know who is who. And sometimes like this Jake don't like other Jake. That's part of the curses. His eyes should be evil towards his brother. You can get two Judites, two dudes from Judah, and they won't even get along. One might be a Crip, one might be a Blood. So Israel is tripping with each other, period. But I want to get back on point to show you that it's split. That's why there is a northern kingdom and there's a southern kingdom, man. You got, two type of group of Jakes right there. So let's go get the scriptures on that. See, people don't know that, man. That's how they got over here in North America in the first place. They were fleeing Edomite persecution. Because the northern kingdom got attacked by the Assyrians, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go to 2 Kings, let the scriptures talk. 2 Kings 17:6. And check it out. It says, in the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Alah and in harbor by the river of Gozan and in the cities of the Medes. For so it was, the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their Yahweh, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared of the gods. So the northern tribe, because they split already, which we'll get to that as we run through the lesson. They split already. And see, the northern tribe got conquered by the Assyrians, which the Assyrians, them was Edomites. He conquered them. So when they got conquered, you see, he brought them to their place. They got sold and shipped all over the place, and a lot of them fled and went to North America and set up shop there. And they was cool for a minute, but you can't stay away from Esau like that. Esau got to find Jake. Because Esau can't live without Jake. What I noticed. Esau's everything he got to collapse if he doesn't suck the resources and take the ideas of Jake. He need Jake to survive. Esau cannot make it without Jake. But see, in this little wicked kingdom, they want you to think it's the other way around. These modern Edomites are like, y'all can't do without us. Like, nigga, we be good without you. You ruin everything. We do just fine without you. Everything's messed up because of you. We got to get rid of you. So, I just want to point that out to show that the northern tribe got conquered by the Assyrians first. And see, they didn't get the southern kingdom. The southern kingdom, you go into the book of Maccabees, and it was hard for them to take the southern kingdom. That's where the Levites was. That's where Judah was, the head tribe, and Benjamin. And they were some mighty warriors, man. It took Greek and Rome and Egypt to finally take us out of power in the southern kingdom. But they got conquered too. They got conquered and spread around too. So let me go, let's get to the split right here. Let's go check that out. Let's go to 1 Kings to show you that. 1 Kings 12 and 19. And it reads, so Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day. And it came to pass when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, and that they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all of Israel, there was none that followed the house of David but the tribe of Judah only. And when Rehoboam, you got, look, two brothers fighting on the kingdom, was come to Salakia, was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin and 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. So they about to fight right there. You see that? Judah teamed up with Benjamin, and they're gonna fight against the northern tribes right there. And then, like, as you read the scripture, you'll see, like, it say Judah and Israel. So now you know, I know what that means. It says Judah and Israel. It's talking about when the kingdom had split, but it's talking about all of Israel, you know, together. But they had split. You know, they was fighting against each other at one point in time. And check it out, I'm gonna read 22. Let me see. It says, but the word of God came unto Shemaiah, the man of Yahweh, saying, speak unto Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, thus said the Lord, ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearkened therefore to the word of the Lord, and return and depart according to the word of the Lord. So check it out. It says, then Jeroboam built Shechem, and Mount Ephraim, and dwelt there, and went out from thence and built Peniel. You know, so check it out. So look, that show you right there. And then, like, when you read the scriptures, you'll read that Ephraim and Judah, you know, they banged with each other a lot in the scriptures. And so you see right there, the kingdom split because they were divided over two kings. You had Rehoboam, and then you had Jeroboam. So they sided right there. You had 10 tribes go north. They sided with that king. And then you had 3 tribes. It was 2. The Levites, when you read Maccabees, you find that the Levites went and joined up with Benjamin and Judah as well. They sided with Rehoboam. So 2 kings split the kingdom right there. And really, that's because all of Israel was going off at this time. They was all celebrating other gods. And we just read that verse right there. So Israel just going off. And they split. And what it say in the scripture say, a house divided shall not stand. So that's how, that should have been a precursor to us to know that all of Israel is about to go into slavery. And who went first? Northern tribe went first. The Syrians conquered them first. Then the southern tribe got conquered. So the southern tribe got dispersed first. That's why they had already went and set up in North America and already, you know, had everything established. You know, in a good movie, you can watch that shows that movie, the new movie on Hulu, that Predator movie, Prey. I like that movie. It showed the northern tribe, the Native Americans, doing their thing before Esau came over there and just messed everything up. So we gotta, like, and it takes studying. You gotta study and really look into your history, because like Judah, the so-called Negroes, slavery and captivity is well published, because they used, you know, our tribe to build this kingdom up, the wicked kingdom they got now. They use that slave trade, because Judah's the head tribe. Judah real strong, you know. But they also did the Native Americans the same way. It's just not talked about because Esau don't want it to come out. But if you do your studying and you look into it, you'll see that the North Americans went through the same type of persecution that we went through, man. Same slavery, you know. Got did the same way. Then we just read that right there. They got conquered by the Syrians and shipped all over the place and sold into slavery and did the same way. And then some got away, came to North America, but they got shipped everywhere. I said, we got people in Europe, we got people in China, we got people all over the place. So they went through the same thing too. They got conquered too. Then you got to look at your Hispanic, Latino tribes. We look up conquistadors, the Spaniards. They conquered them, sold them into slavery, had them working in fields too. Same thing, man. It's the same thing. That's why you look at modern day Mexico. That's really what the Spaniards had built up. When you like you go to my back to my playlist and you see the Afro Latinos, they really don't have a place in Mexico. They really even talked about like that. They just now getting some run because the internet is now opened up. Social media is now opened up. It wasn't for that, we still wouldn't even know nothing about, you know, our brothers and sisters over there in Mexico that look just like us. Let's say you go right in my playlist, dude, go over there to a place called, I want to call Yanga, Mexico. Look just like us. Just speak Spanish. So those are Israelites as well, man. They translated slave trade, transported Israel all over the place. And that's well documented. You can look that up. You can see it. You know, we've been scattered. And it said he said scatter us, what did he say? In the 4 corners of the earth, the 4 corners of the earth going to 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. That's true, and that happened. So I'm here to shed light to show you that, you know, the so-called Native Americans and the Latinos are also Israelites. They went through the same thing. You got to look at it too. the Hispanic, the Latino the tribes. Check them out, man. They got gangs going on just like the Southern tribe. They got, you know, the Vatos, they gang bang. Then you gotta look at the cartels. They down there selling Esau drugs and killing each other. Big time. Nobody hardly talk about that. They only talk about Jake here in America. Jake on the block selling crack rock. Shit. You look at the Northern tribe, they back there moving stuff by the boatloads, man. Cartels. And I found that they getting that stuff from Esau, man. Esau using Jake to sell his drugs. Northern tribe and Southern tribe. Point blank, period. I found that out. Them cartels getting their drugs from Esau. And they just doing the work of Esau. And them cartels, what they do? They kill each other. This like Jake, the Southern Jakes, you know, the Judah doing in Chicago. Same thing. It's the same thing. Got gangs. What they call them? The Vatos. I'm not all the way, you know, familiar with all of the Mexican gangs, but they got the same thing. MS-13, same thing. If they do the same thing, they fix their rods up like Jake, make low riders, put the rims on them, play they music, you know. Northern tribe got rap too. You know, they be like culo. You know, they got all the Cubans, the Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans, that mean when you go into that word, that mean rich port. Because they had all the gold. Guess who stole the gold? Esau. I said, Puerto Ricans got robbed just like all the other tribes got robbed, man. This devil done. Wherever Jake is at, this devil go find Jake and take what Jake got. And that's the Spirit of the Lord doing that. Because why? We sinned against our Lord. Then you got to look at Native Americans. I found out they wear fringes too. And they got Paleo-Hebrew on their carvings. They're finding that in mountains and caves. Paleo-Hebrew writing. Then I noticed when they used to do their rain dance and they had their stuff on, they be ha ya 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 ha ya. Man, that sound like Yahweh. Just right there. So that's showing you Jake. You can see Jake already. It's just they went against you. How about your shot? And they started losing the laws and commandments. But you can still see traces of Jake in them. Native Americans and the Latino tribes. You see it. And they've been finding Hebrew writings in Mexico as well. On rocks, in stones. Found out the Incas, Aztecs. Though that was Jake, man. That was Jake. Trying to get away from Esau. Selling other lands and stuff. I get a drink of water. And it's like the Aztecs got conquered by Esau, man. Esau came with them musket guns. Blah, 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 blah. They talking about we don't know what happened to the Aztecs. It was Esau tell you. And I'm like, I know what happened to them. You went in there and you slaughtered them, man. And took the culture, the pyramids, the gold. Because they had all kinds of gold. We was balling during King Solomon's run. They took all the gold, Yasharallah. We was rich. And this devil stole everything. And it was, the Lord said do right. We didn't do right. So the kingdom split. Where I'm at? Kings. And what I read down to. Yeah, 25. So I'm going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. Matter of fact, before I do that, let me show you something else. Let me show you how Esau even know that the Latinos and Native Americans are Israel. Check out what Esau got to say. Look at it. It says, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans disproportionately killed by, you see what they say, last year study says. So Esau already running a propaganda machine. He wants these three groups of people to go drink some juice. Why is that? Esau know what it is. Esau know. That's how I done studied. I know what Esau putting out there. Like, he know who the people are. And he just said it right here, like, grouped it up again. Like we always say. Esau say, we always say the blacks, Latinos, we say so-called African Americans, Latinos, Native Americans make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We always say that. And look what Esau saying, the same thing. And that's their propaganda because he, you know, that's who he looking to get. That whole thing right there was made to get Yasharallah. That little scenario, that was made to get us. You know? And I'm probably do another lesson on that to go in deep because I found some other information that's real sinister what this devil did, Yasharallah. But I want to stay on point with this lesson to show you that your Latinos and your Native Americans are also part of Israel. Those are your northern tribes. You know, which I got a map too. Before I get back in the scripture, let's go get the map. Because you just seen I read where the kingdom split. Right? You seen that. So you had your northern kingdom with those tribes. And right there show 9, because we know by reading the scriptures, Simeon joined up with the northern kingdom. Even though they was down in the southern, they joined up with that king in the northern kingdom, Jeroboam. They went with that. And Benjamin and Judah stayed in the southern, and the Levites went with them as well. And that's your southern kingdom. And they remember they was about to fight. They was about to bang. You know, the Lord had to come calm that down. And see, since they wasn't together, they needed to stay together. Since they wasn't together, they like them Edomites, the Assyrians, they seen, oh, it's the perfect time to go get the northern kingdom. I can go take them real easy. You know, and then Judah, Benjamin, and the Levites didn't help. They just like, shit, that's y'all, man. Y'all on y'all own. You know, they didn't help their brother. And then look, when the northern kingdom got took, then it was just down to 3 tribes left. Even though them tribes were strong, but you know, if we'd have been all together, man, couldn't nobody stop us, man. We was unstoppable. So when it was down to 3 tribes left, Greek, Rome, and Egypt, you know, when Egypt got conquered, so it was just Greek and Rome left, they took out, and it looked like after that, the Romans conquered the Greeks. So Rome took the southern kingdom out. But they had to get help. Greeks started it, and then Rome finished it off. And then they, you know, they whitewashed our people. It's like, I mean, they did Roman crusades. If you don't worship Jesus and get with that cross and plant this Christianity, man, you got your head lopped off. So they went in there and whitewashed us up. We went into slavery. We went into Africa. And then they found us, you know, the Hamites, which the Africans, they didn't like us. So they rounded us up and then sold us to the Edomites. And the Ishmael, your Arabs, they was part of the slave trade as well. And we got sold. Because he said that what happened in Deuteronomy chapter 28. And after that, we got even more. That's when we really fell away from the truth. You know, we lost it all after that, man. Then you just, whatever country you in, customs they got, that's what Jake did. And like now here we is coming back by this word, been gathered again by this word. That's power right there. By this word, we have been gathered. And I could just see the Native Americans coming with this thing and the Hispanics coming with this thing. The Latinos are coming up out of there as well. Because like, let me see. Because I'm going to go to my subscription, because we got brothers that teach in Spanish, you know, to reach those people. Let me see if I can find those brothers. I seen it earlier. I get so many lessons that come in. And we got brothers that teach in Espanol. Look, Jamaica, we everywhere, man. Come on, y'all. Try look, Africa. Come on, we here. We everywhere. We everywhere. I want to say, I think that's a UK camp right there. GMS Judgment is here. Look, there goes Zebulon. We here, man. We back. We are back in effect. That's why the devil like, I got to bring it in now. They waking up all over the place, talking about some Yahweh is back. Man, Yahweh did good. He said he'd pour his spirit out and he would come with a stretched hand and gather the remnants of Israel. And we are witnessing that. And like, that's how I know that the Native Americans and Hispanics too, because they're getting called up upon too. Spirit jumping on them too. They done went through a lot of heat too. Look, there go GMS Rome. We got brothers in Rome. Man, we all over the place. I'm trying to think, man, I got so many brothers. Y'all sure bear with me. Might be a minute. My list is long. Look, we in Hawaii. There go London. Man, we all over the place, y'all sure. Look, there go Scotland. Now I know I got them brothers page. I can't remember last time they posted a lesson up. Look, Peru. I'm gonna use them for example. Look, we in Peru, and look, teach in that language, so there's no excuse, man. Like, they can reach our brothers that speak Spanish right there. So, like, if I meet somebody that speaks Spanish mostly, primarily, I can send them to these brothers right here. They get edified. So, it's no excuse not to get in this truth, man. Look, doing the truth, man. So you can't just look at them and be like, oh, no, it's only you. Nah, man, they got did the same way, dude. They went through the same persecution we did. Devil done took stuff from them too, man. All the gold, everything. Man, they living like we living. You know, getting by. So them brothers, they in Peru. So I just wanted to use them example to show you that, you know, we all the 12 tribes are waking up, man. And Native Americans are a part of this too. Native Americans and the Latinos, those are Israelites. And we got Israelites all over the place, man. The Haitians. I was gonna visit, what's that? Dominican Republic. I was gonna go over there way back in the day, and I noticed, like, when I was talking to one of them chicks, they told me, they said, "Man, you look like one of us. You come over here." She told me if you speak Spanish, you could, you know, you could you could pass for one of us because you look just like us. And she showed me pictures of people's, and I'm like, she right. She's right. She is right, you know. So you got Simeon, the Dominican Republicans, and they got them over there fighting. I found out Haitians don't like Dominican Republicans. They don't like Dominicans. They don't like. So I know Esau's over there. They got a Christopher Columbus statue. Esau over there. He always keeping up mischief, man. He always got us fighting against each other. And see, Jake gonna do that. The only Jake's not fighting against each other, that's coming together, and you can really, you know, feel that one with is this brotherhood, man. This truth. That spiritual temple of King David is back. So the hopeful elect can all get along with each other. And we are coming back into our power, and it's a very beautiful thing. And we are waking up. So I just wanted to show that right there, that we do have brothers that's in the Latino tribes. Look, they doing what we doing. They on the highway ahead just letting out the truth. You know? Look like an Edomite looking about talking noise to him. Same thing. So let's go back to the scriptures. Because now this should make more sense. You know, it's already started making sense. I remember when I used to just glimpse of the Bible, I'm like, what the heck? Why I say Judah and Israel? Ain't they the same thing? So check it out. This is Hosea. I wonder, should I bump up? Yeah, I'm going to bump up. I'm going to start at 10. Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. And that's true. You put together all 12 tribes, and we're the most numerous people on the face of the planet. Number one. That's why Esau's scared. He's really the minority. We're the majority. You put all the tribes together, man. Like, we was all to get on one accord, like all the Jakes here, and just attack Esau, he'd be done away with overnight. So check it out, I'm going to keep on reading. Which cannot be measured nor numbered. It shall come to pass in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. There should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living Yahweh. So that, you know, you got everybody telling them, man, you a nigga. You ain't no damn, you know, of Israel. You ain't that. You know, them other people is that. Y'all just some niggas. They call us what? Black Hebrew Israelites. So that's true right there, man. They talking about we ain't the people. Who gonna show that we are the people? When Yahweh Shah send his son Yahweh Shah to show up, and he hand them crowns out, and we get that spiritual power, then you gonna know. Then they gonna know who the children of Israel is. They gonna see it then. And I'm gonna read 11. It says, then said the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. Peep that. It's talking about that split again. It said, then said the children of Judah, representing the southern tribes, and the children of Israel, representing the northern tribes. So that's right there. Hosea is talking about that split right there. He recognized it was a split. And he called Judah and Israel. We're going to come back together. Be gathered together. So it's coming back. We're going to all coming together. So you can't be thinking that all tribes are just dark so-called Negroes. It's more than that. It's 12 tribes. They say you got to expand your mind and do your studying. You know, we got brothers and sisters that's yellow. They coming into this thing that's, you know, from all over the place. And it says, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. So that right there shows you that, you know, the tribes is split. You know what I'm saying? That's why you had 3 groups that stayed over here. You had 10, you know, groups that stayed up there. And they went in persecution at different times. They didn't all just go at one time. Northern tribe went first into slavery and then, you know, got conquered. And then the southern tribe went second. You know, so we was getting spread, man, all throughout time at that period, getting spread all over the place, getting conquered, getting, you know, straight messed over because our ancestors didn't keep the law, such commandments. Our forefathers didn't keep it. And Lord, hey, he made a promise, and hey, he ain't nobody that he gonna lie. He told you, if you don't keep my laws, commandments, I'm gonna bring another nation to conquer you. Who's that nation? Esau. Esau's the whooping stick of the Lord. I done seen that. You know, the Lord mad at somebody, he bring Esau on your butt. And Esau the wicked, man. Esau get down dirty. Esau come take your goods, take your life, and then take your woman and children. That's what Esau do. And don't care. Ain't gonna lose no sleep at all. He like doing evil. It's just like breathing to them. And then when you tell them, call them out on their evil, I didn't do nothing wrong. Manifest destiny. You know, your God let me do it. You know, they'll just act all innocent, you know. First they'll deflect, and then you catch them, then they be like, you know, well, hey, man, I did it, oh, well. You know, you don't care. You know, but I notice now at this time they scared because they feel that they payback from way back coming upon them. They feel that, and they know it's coming. So we in that time. So like I say, I'm going to go back to my playlist. Let's go back to my playlist that I just built up, man, to give edification on that. Cause we got a lot of young people flying in, and they might not know. And I like this one too. This one, he showed that place, that Yanga, Mexico. I'll play a quick little snippet.
What is this if not the pursuit of
they
legacy?
broke, man. They make you watch
You know
2
what they
abs
say
now.
about flying close to the sun.
They going through
¿Cuántos negros aquí?
Look at this dude, man.
Brothers are
Like one of my people
here.
right here.
El original aquí negro soy solo yo.
He
Okay.
darker than me, y'all surrounded.
La mayor parte de las personas acá vienen de la raza negra.
So most of the people
There
here
you go,
in this
Gang of
area have
Mexico.
probably came
Look,
from
free slave
the
town.
black
They
race,
was
probably
in
a mixture
slavery in
of
Mexico.
indigenous
You see
and
that?
Spanish people, but a lot of them are not familiar with their background. But he's black though. I just saw that.
Very
You're
brown.
black.
Okay. De hecho, en mis libros, con mi sabiduría, la primera humanidad que hubo aquí en la tierra que existió, todo el ser
Look,
humano viene de la raza negra.
You know he come from Jake, Israel.
Todos.
He's like one of my uncles, man.
En el transcurso del tiempo, toda la humanidad va a volver a ser
And
negra.
he right on that. Hear what he said?
Mente abierta,
We gonna get
buscando
back
mi
to being
propio yo.
Yasserala.
El realismo de la vida. Descúbrete, encuéntrate.
So I just want to show a little snippet, man. You can watch that. It's in my playlist. It's Yanga, Mexico. That's where he went, man. It's a lot of things. You heard about a dude that was like Nat Turner. He led the rebellion because they was in slavery down there to the conquistadors, the Spaniards, which are Edomites. And he fought to free our people down when they was in Mexico, being enslaved by Esau. So you can't not say this. It's not documented. Like Jake, the Southern tribe, ours is documented because that's how American history was built. But when you do your research and your history, our other brothers and sisters from the Northern tribe went through the same thing with this devil. Same thing. It's just not well documented. Esau, he mad that, he was proud about what he did to us. Now he trying to sweep that under the rug, talking about critical race theory, and he don't want to bring up what he done did to the Northern tribes, the Native Americans. That's popping up too, though. The Pope had to apologize what they did to the Native Americans. And you can just read all that history, killed the buffalo. Man, they tried to genocide the Native Americans. They tried. That's why they do a little reparations with them, because it ain't too many of them. The most one getting reparations is Edomites. Little $5 Indians. I heard them all the time. I got my Native American card. Look at that dude. You was not no Native American, man. So a lot of them ain't even getting their benefits there either. And only reason they getting some is because it's not that many of them. It's more Southern tribe, Judah here, so they can't do that. But though they do that with Judah too, though. And see, they do that. They giving them reparations because they don't want them to get back in that Geronimo spirit. They don't want them to get back in that Apache Comanche spirit and fight back. Because the scriptures say a troop shall overcome you, but you shall overcome in the last, which I might go get that. That's why they give reparations. Because of that precept right there, Yasharala. So let me see. See if I can get that. Yep, Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. I pulled it out during that when I did that one lesson talking about the movie Predator. So that's why they give reparations, Yasharala, because they know Gad gonna come back. They know, he said, but he shall overcome at the last. And that's so true. And this time Gad come with that spiritual power. Like you ever watch play the game called Mortal Kombat, currently called Night Wolf? There you go. There you go. So like I said, and then look, they give Southern Tribe reparations, kind of, sort of, in a way. But except you got to play basketball, play football, or go be an entertainer to get it. Now, if you can play football good, or play basketball good, or tell good jokes and be a good actor, they'll give you millions of dollars. So they give some type of reparations to the Southern Tribe. It's just they make you work for it. You got to be an entertainer, court jester to get it. And that's just to, keep us from, fighting back. Which we're gonna fight back anyway. We like, the real of us don't want them crumbs. So that little, throwing us a dollar bill with your face on it, that's not gonna appease us. The real ruling class of Yasharala, the hopeful elect. We don't want that, man. We need everything back. We want the world back. We want the whole thing back, the whole pie. So we doing the works, building our faith up, and Lord willing, we're part of that precious hopeful elect, and we can see our Lord and Savior Yahushua come back and establish the kingdom of heaven right here on earth, because that's what's promised in the book. So I know this is a little long. I just wanted to show that and bring some edification on that. Like I say, you got young people coming in, and you can just check that out. I put together, just showing you that the northern tribes, these Latinos, these Native Americans, they are Israelites. They are just like us. Just because they're yellow or got some straight hair don't make them Jake. They Jake too. And that's what I say, you got to realize too, Jake came out of 4 different women. 4 different women. And plus, like I say, the Jake been here mixing in with these other nations. But hey, if a Jake man went into a woman, man, that come out as a Jake. Straight up. So just because he look light-skinned does not mean he's not Jake. And then like you can tell Jake now, because now we're being built up through the spirit. So the spirit is gathering up the hopeful elect. The best of the best Jakes are being gathered by the word of Yahweh Shah. And that's the real thing that matters right there. And so as we gonna come, like I said, from different tongues. So we're gonna come out of all nations. Some gonna speak Spanish, some gonna speak French, some gonna speak, English like us, and to speak all kinds of different languages. And we all been gathered by this word. And Lord willing, we get on them chariots, get our new bodies, we come down here, we get to dominate. And that's the truth. That is the truth right there, Yasharala. So I hope I shed some light to show that. And I just built a whole playlist. And I say, watch this one right here. This lesson right here by this brother. This is a very good lesson that he did. The 12 Tribes of Israel by Yashara LA. That's a very good. I very much enjoyed that lesson that brother put together, man. He showed a lot of good information. Especially towards the end part, we start showing how Esau did his American, expansion and how he conquered. Man, they fed Native Americans to their dogs, cut Native American children up and fed them to the dogs. And that sounds like some shit that Esau will do. So I'm like, they went through the same thing we went through. It's not a difference, man. They don't have, the Northern Tribe ain't got no nuclear missiles, no military built like that. They got cartels, them gangs. They ain't no real military. Native Americans ain't got no nuclear missiles and no military built up, or no seat at the UN seat. They going through the same thing we going through. Getting oppressed is what they going through. You know, only countries that basically got them nukes is your Moab and Ishmael and Esau. Jake ain't got no nuclear missiles. Jake ain't got no F-35 jets. No tanks. Jake has no, big time military on this planet Earth. Mexico was totally war torn, and the only reason they got like a little money, all that's the conquistador stuff, the Spaniards, and they keep it all messed up because there's so many Jakes in Mexico, so they'll make sure that Jake can't have nothing unless he go sell Esau drugs. You sell Esau drugs, then we'll let you have a little something, but you gotta go kill your brother though. Go kill that cartel, take them drugs, and then sell them in North America, so them Jakes be all drugged out, and then maybe if you sell enough drugs, you can live a good life. That's how they do Jake. They make Jake scrap for the scraps. That's how they do Jake. I said Northern tribe, they selling drugs too, man. Same thing that the Southern tribe doing. It's the same thing. When you got the North Americans, they get them money and keep them drunk. All they do is get their little Native American check and drink like nobody business, man. I guess because all the depression built up in them. Because I done kicked it with some real Native Americans, and they drink all day long. Get drunk. So that's what Esau do. Get them some money so they can get drunk all day. That's what they do. I'm like, so this devil, man, he about to take an L, man. The tribes, we all coming together. It's going to be 12,000 from each tribe. Going to get the hopefully like the cream of the crop. The Saints, the 144,000 K, because all them come from the 12 tribes, 144,000, and so we about to dominate in a minute. This devil's time is up. We've been gathering. We about to rule. So with that being said, I hope this has been edifying. Kwame Yasharala, DTA Ababa Ball. Shalom.